This video is going to go out to DLukens9, and I'm going to answer every one of the things that you asked. Why would a project manager have to know how to write computer code? Because he is giving unreasonable assignments to his data processors that they are so panicked in trying to get these projects done that he wants, and he has no clue as to what they're really doing. That they create sloppy work, which in turn ends up in stores like the stores I've worked at. Which is something else you don't know. I've worked with a computer-assisted ordering not in one store, but now two. So I know what a CAO is all about. Okay? So yes, I think every project manager should know how to write in computer code so they can know what the heck their data processors are doing. And they can give more reasonable assignments. Otherwise, you end up with this half-baked, sloppy code, which doesn't work very well. And then you have the consumers that are going to buy this stuff complain to you about it. So that's why I say you're wrong. Okay? Now then, I never said I ever worked with Java. Never said that. I've worked with VML, SVG, I've worked with XML, I have worked with JavaScript, VBScript, the entire Visual Basic. I actually own a copy of Visual Basic 6. I own it. Of course, I haven't used it in a long time, but I actually own it. But I've had the latest version of Visual Basic installed in my computer, so I've worked with that as well. And what you do not know is that I actually recorded 42,000 audio clips to work with a Microsoft Access database to create a text-to-speech software which a local magazine took and used to turn their magazine into an audio version. I actually turned their magazine into an audio version. No, I didn't get paid for the project, but I actually got it done. Okay? So I made an audio version of their magazine, and they were quite pleased with my work. Now you say, well, okay, you haven't worked in a data processing lab for 20 years. You're absolutely right. The few data processing labs we have around here ship you off to another location for massive training, then they maybe bring you back to work here. That is the reason why I never worked with them after I left high school. Because I knew I was going to have to go to some centralized hub somewhere in Timbuktu. Usually it was Chicago, but there were other places they'd send you to. St. Louis, Indianapolis, it didn't matter. But they'd ship you to some Timbuktu place, give you a whole bunch of massive training, and then bring you back here, maybe. And I just didn't want to leave this area. So I went freelance. And I've been doing freelance computer work ever since. So, now that you know that I've been doing freelance computer work in my own house, not to mention the fact that I have worked with two CAO systems in two different retail outlets, okay? You can know that I have worked with these kind of people. And I'll clear this up for you. My first year accounting teacher in college, not high school, college, my first year accounting teacher was a business analyst. He had never formally read any of the FASBs. He knew that these FASBs existed, but he had never read them. Ever. So, again, you have not met these people, you do not know what I'm talking about, and if you ever came into this area, you'd be in absolute shock at what I'm telling you. The college geometry teacher that I dealt with, he had never read Euclid's Elements. I had a junior high kid come into my store the other day and did not know that a dime was worth 10 cents. These are facts. I had a young lady who she was about to enter high school. She did not know how an on-off switch worked. You didn't meet this person. I did. Don't tell me who I have and have not met. I have been in absolute shock of every single person that I have met so far. The things I honestly thought that they knew, they didn't. They really didn't. You have no idea the kind of people I've met. Because if you did, you'd know why I'm on YouTube. It is because of the little 12-year-old who did not know that a dime was worth 10 cents. It is because of the high schooler that did not know how an on-off switch worked. It is because that 2 geometry teachers refused to tell anybody about Euclid's Elements. A college geometry teacher didn't even know, had never read Euclid's Elements. Never had. How do you be a geometry teacher and never read Euclid's Elements? You tell me that. And how do you become a business analyst and not have read a single FASB? Oh, well, I know that they exist. I've just never read one. What? How? I'd like to know that. So before you say anything like that, you come here, you check these people out, and you're going to be in total shock at what you find. I don't know how things are in your area, but they are not like that here. I promise you that. You just haven't gone around enough. Start talking to people. You're going to really be in shock. Your jaw is going to drop when you find out what I'm telling you is the truth. Why else do you think I've been up here teaching all this? You'd be amazed at some of the things that people don't know. And I'm not going to stop teaching until I get things set right. So, don't tell me what I don't know about IT. I actually met a kid who came out, oh, I developed low HTML. I'm automatically IT. That's what he said to me. It was wrong. So until you have actually been here and you have met the people I've met, don't tell me what I do and do not know. And that's all I've got to say. So, this is Ted the Speed Learner signing off. I will tell you more in a future video, so stay tuned.